What the fuck is going on? What is actually going on? I can't do this no more. Every single day we see news from David Ornstein about players moving to big club, about big club making big moves. But where are we? Where is Liverpool? Where is Liverpool ever since we signed that winger? That was a month and a half ago. I have not heard anything from my club. Nothing from my club at all. Arsenal is exploring move to sign Vinícius Júnior from Real Madrid. Interest early stage, club not in talk, but idea approved by all. Real Madrid entered the race to sign Jan Diamandis from Red Bull Leipzig. Real Madrid are in talk with the winger, and PSG retain interest over the player. Real Madrid are working on a deal to sign Rodri from Man City. I can keep scrolling down all we want. Chelsea signed Lacroix. Somerville, cool. We keep scrolling down. I don't see my club at all in this article. I don't see my club. It's crazy. It's ridiculous. We are in need of players, especially in the forward line. And yet, for some reason, we are doing nothing. I'm getting more news about the club, about the sporting director leaving the club than actual players coming to the club. Like, what is going on? What if there is no way we are going to go into the next season with the squad depth we have and expect us to do well? There is no way. We can't put pressure on an 18-year-old kid. We have Cody Gakpo, we have Rio in left wing, we have my head is hot. I just don't get what we're doing here. Every single big six club are making moves. Tottenham, Aston Villa, Chelsea, Man City, Man United, Arsenal are going for Bruno Guimaraes and Vinícius Júnior. After winning the Premier League, they are trying to add more superstar players into the squad even after winning the Premier League. I know we did the same thing, but at least with Arsenal, their squad in terms of depth is way more, what's the word, established than we are. And it's crazy. I don't get what we're doing here, and this is the thing that really annoyed me about Liverpool. This is the thing that really annoys me about the club. We're so stubborn. I know people say quality over quantity, but not every player has to be quality. It just has to be enough, you know. And the market these days, I blame it on us after last season, spending 150 million on Vert, 125 million on 80 million on Hugo. You know, I understand that we play a part in the reason why the window is this mad. But it's like, not every player we're going for has to be a superstar type player. Why can't we go in for players who are 19, 18 years old that show a little bit of potential, that can come in and do a little something? No, we always have to just find that superstar player to come in and do. And you know what really annoys me as well about this Liverpool squad, right? About this Liverpool team. The Bournemouth right winger, Ryan from Brazil. It's crazy that Bournemouth bought him for under 15 million, right? And he had a really decent season since he came to the Prem. And now all of a sudden, Liverpool are interested and wanting to spend 100+ million. Why can't we be that club that we used to be back in the day and scout these established players and let them come in and do the work? And what annoys me as well, adding on to that, is that everyone is expecting to find that salary replacement. It's crazy because there is no salary replacement out there. And if anything, in terms of output and input, potentially we have a salary replacement already. And that is Alexander Isak. What we need is a right winger who has a high ceiling that can come in and do the job. Not every position has to be a superstar caliber player. That's not what it was like when we were building for the 18-19 season, when we were building to win the Premier League, when we were building to win the Champions League. We went one by one. We bought Salah, who had the potential to be a caliber superstar player, ended up becoming a superstar player. We bought Mane, who at the time at Southampton showed potential, still wasn't showing that this guy could reach the top level in terms of his finishing. We bought him, took a gamble, and we were successful with him. But yet, why now? This has to be different. I get it. Time has evolved. I get it. We must adapt. But it's like at the same time, yeah, let's look elsewhere. Let's go to Brazil. Let's go to Argentina. Look at Man City. They got Alvarez. They bought Alvarez for 50 million and they managed to sell him for 80 million because they couldn't manage to fit him and Haaland into the squad together. That's the type of problem I would like to have. Buy players from lower league, establish them, and then maybe they could be successful. But yet, we're sat here and we're getting absolute nothing for the last month and a half. Nothing at all. This is why this Vinícius Júnior news irritates me so much. It's because every club is making moves. Real Madrid are interested in Yandy Mendes. And you know what's so funny? Yandy Mendes rejected us, right? But he's interested in moving to PSG and Real Madrid. But yet we're still trying to... it's like, bro, it's like we're chasing after a baddie. But this baddie doesn't want us. Let it go. Look elsewhere. Why we're stalling on the situation? I might just be over-exaggerating. I might just be losing patience. But we are now in the middle of a pre-season now. Today is our first game of the pre-season. 3 weeks away from the new season. And we have got nothing. We have got nothing. We our forward depth in terms of quantity is so low. The injuries. It takes 2 injuries in that forward depth. We're probably having to play fring pong in left wing. We're probably having to play. I don't know. I don't want to really diss on a lot of my players at the club. I have a lot of love for each of them, but I don't know what's going on behind the scenes. We have to start making moves now, because Arsenal. I'll be honest with you. This is a big news to get excited about. Vinícius Júnior. I've been talking in my last video about Arsenal just needs that superstar to come in and do the work. This is exactly the type of superstar caliber player I was talking about. Exactly. Because him coming in and immediately solving the issue that Arsenal have been dealing with for so long. In terms of one-on-one, taking the game by the scruff of its neck, and also taking the burden off Saka and off, I don't know. You're correct. This guy can carry the club. This guy can make something happen out of nothing. This is a big move. Also as well, with the addition of Bruno Guimaraes as well. You got a playmaker, a volume passer that knows how to create alongside with a player who knows how to excite you, who knows how to break down low blocks, who knows how to bring that type of energy, that type of winning mentality to the squad. It's crazy. Big game player right here. And what annoys me is we are doing absolutely nothing. Honestly, it's crazy. I want to sit here and say, look, we can always say when Arsenal go for these type of players, if hypothetically Arsenal do manage to sign Vinícius Júnior, if hypothetically they manage to sign both Bruno Guimaraes and Vinícius Júnior, who's to say they might win the league? Because people were saying the same thing about us when we bought Vert. People were saying the same thing about us when we bought Isaac. You know, sometimes buying these type of superstar might not be the case, but still, in a manager of Arteta, in a squad that they already have, in the midfield, the defense, bro, this is the miss. Those 2 players, Bruno Guimaraes and Vinícius Júnior, are the missing puzzle to Arsenal probably winning it all in terms of the Champions League. It's crazy. And on to my next point about Yandy Mendes. I love this player. I do. But I don't think it's worth it. This man came from the American League, right? And he played his first season in the Spanish League and then made his move to Red Bull. This is his first proper season and he's done well. Had a very good breakthrough season. And now Red Bull has now valued him at 120, probably between 100 million and 120 million. Me personally, I get it. Again, transfer market has evolved. But he is not worth the stress and the time to be dealing with this. It's not worth it. Go somewhere else. We have scouts. We have we have people who work in the company, in the club that is known to scout, that is known to kind of look for alternative. You know, just like the Spanish winger is exactly an example. Go look elsewhere. You know, there is so many wingers. We don't have to go for these big names. We don't have to go for these big stars. Everyone's making moves. Everyone is making moves. And it's concerning me because it's like, genuinely every day, I've been patient. I didn't even want to make this video. But it's been like every day, it's like, when is David Ornstein going to come up and be like, Liverpool are interested in this player? Oh, early stages, but looking promising. I've not seen anything. I have not seen anything because I genuinely feel like they're stalling on him and Barcola. But it's like, let's say for example now, Real Madrid managed to get young Diamandis and PSG changed their stance on Barcola in not letting him go. Now what? We just got to I don't know. I think I'm overreacting. I am, but I'm just concerned. We got 3 more weeks until the season starts. Our squad is technically still the same from last year, and we just lost a big name. And we're trying to replace him, but yet we are struggling. Aston Villa sold Rodri and they got a replacement. Aston Villa sold Tillman and they got a replacement. Newcastle are, you know what, I was making fun of Newcastle in my last video, but they're bringing in players. They brought a winger from Ajax that I genuinely love, and that's the type of transfer you should be doing. Not for the big name, not for the, go for the, I don't know. I think ever since Jurgen Klopp has come in, right, I think, and I just want to be honest, with Liverpool fans, right, I think we're so entitled. We feel like we're so entitled for these big names. But we somehow forget where we come from. We feel like, going for these big names, going for young Diamandis, Barcola, Vinícius Júnior, all these is somewhere what we're supposed to be doing. But yet when Klopp arrived, that's not what we were doing. We brought Salah, who wasn't much of a big name, but he was on the rise. Mane, a player who was on the rise. Wijnaldum, a player who was on the rise. Fabinho, a player who was on the rise. Van Dijk, a player who was on the rise. Do you see the pattern I'm establishing here? This is what we should be doing. Barcola is the player who's on the rise. Yes, I get it. But also look elsewhere where you can see, you know what? This player has potential to do amazing. Let's bring him to the club. But no, it's ridiculous. I'm worried. I'm worried. Every single day you see Real Madrid, you see Chelsea, you see a lot of these established players that are moving to a club. But one, I don't see nothing about my club. Nothing at all. And it's crazy. Morgan Rodgers, I don't think Morgan Rodgers with the type of style, with his play style would have been kind of suitable for us. So he went to the perfect club for someone like him. But I'm worried. I'm worried. And I just hope by the end of next week, we just maybe, it's crazy because by now we should be getting 4 or 5 players into the squad. But we only got 1. And that player was injured during the international duty. And what did that tell you already? We need to do more. Maybe I'm overreacting. Maybe by next week we'll probably sign 2, 3. We'll probably go crazy. But I know my club, right? There will be a point where Ariola will come out and be like, I think we only just get 2 players and that's it. I promise you. And we will, And then it would just be the same cycle where injuries, and then we go to January. Nope, we got the player we need, blah, blah, blah. We're not signing anyone in January, and then we underachieve again. I promise you, it happens every single season. Because right now, it is so late. We are almost at the end of July, the start of August, the start of the season, and we've done nothing. We've done nothing. It's crazy. And we need to do something. Arsenal, I honestly, after that Premier League win, they probably thought, you know what, we can do more. Vinícius Júnior, oh my goodness. This is a signing. This is a good news. Jan Mendes, his agent is crazy. I don't know how he's getting all these interest. You know what? But to be fair, the winger market is not the best. You know? Yeah. I pretty much said my piece on this. I feel like hopefully by the end of this week, by the end of next week, we get some news. But you know what? Later on today, Liverpool playing their first pre-season. That is an opportunity for me to kind of see or kind of see the reason why we're not really going for players. Because maybe there's someone behind the scenes in training that is stepping up, being like, you know what, we can give him a chance. Maybe, who knows? But we'll see for ourselves later today. You know, that will be another live stream that I will be doing at 10:30 UK time. I'm excited. That's the first game we can actually see in terms of style play, in terms of pressing, in terms of a new era, what we can do. But other than that, guys, thank you guys for joining in my live stream. Thank you guys for listening. If you guys like more content like this, please like, subscribe, and follow for more. I'll see you guys.